And them dollars made my spidey sense a ring, ring. And that booty on the thotty made me spring. Then I took her to my pad, made her sing. First she asked me for a thing, now she cling. And she's bossy, but she threw it. Oh, you hella saucy, did you stew it? Wonder what it cost me. I threw some shoes in, ice be on my body. I'm never bruising, hey, yeah, 4 flights, 1 month. Bitch, I'm from the future, catch this baby going beast mode. She hit me with the nudie, weapon nail class. Round me triple stepping on my scooty. Suck your head, man, cause you know your mommy is my tutor. I'm a tall man, why she tryna get me tall, man? Rubber band, man, can you toss it off? Let the rain, man, rain dance. Taking another air with a goofy thought, no chance. Love getting money, call it romance. Hey, sussy boys, are you hungry? I see you tryna buy my sound, but it sounded kinda funky. And them dollars made my spidey sense a ring. And that booty on that thotty made me spring. Then I took her to my pad, made her sing. First she asked me for a thing, now she cling. And she's bossy, but she threw it. Oh, you hella saucy, did you stew it? Wonder what it cost me. I threw some shoes in, ice be on my body. I'm never bruising, hey, let me break it down. I got a bad bitch tryna jump my bones in a booty round. Hey, you see my whips on fleek, yeah, pink flames, pink Fiat, baby is a treat. Yeah, of course I'm eating all my cells cause they stuff with greens. Yeah, this baby's got the German coochie, really made me scream. So I'ma just tour the world and grab a bag, I'm really keen. Yeah, really on that goofy shit, but ain't no Charlie Sheen. Hey, sussy boys, are you hungry? I see you tryna buy my sound, but it sounded kinda funky. And them dollars made my spidey sense a ring. And that booty on that thotty made me spring. Then I took her to my pad, made her sing. First she asked me for a thing, now she cling. And she's bossy, but she threw it. Oh, you hella saucy, did you stew it? Wonder what it cost me. I threw some shoes in, ice be on my body. I'm never bruising, hey.
Baby, no money.
Two twin eyes, leave him on the bed.
Hello? Huh? Ah, there we go. Welcome to the stream, guys. Epic Boss, welcome back for 6 months. Let's go. Half a year, great content. Looking forward to more. Thank you. Yeah, I am chilling. Today I am not gonna stream for very long. The reasoning is because I like a shoot at like 4. So, but I still wanted to turn on the stream for a little bit just to talk. I don't know. I feel like actually sometimes I feel like talking is like about what I'm gonna do is like a really big detriment because I don't like giving promises or talking about stuff that never happens. And the Master CH went back for 29 months. I remember you watching your stream daily back in 2012. Yeah, it's been a while, man. I'm still around. But recently I've been trying to set up more stuff to do, I think I'm kind of at the point where I want to try to maybe just do a little more in terms of like collabs, but realistically it's just playing with more people on the stream. So I've been reaching out to a bunch of people recently, both like, and I don't want to limit myself to VTubers because I feel like I've been that's like the only group of people I've been interested in playing with. But like realistically, there's a couple people I've also kind of tried to reach out to as well to try to play with them, you know? So example is like I wanted to get coached in ETF, so I reached out to someone. I reached out to June to reach out to someone for me. It didn't work out, but I still might look for someone just for fun. Like I feel like ETF is a game where it's definitely more fun to play with people, but you kind of want to play with like somewhat of a small group. Like I would say like 2, 3, 4 is like optimal. Additionally, like tomorrow I'll be playing Splitgate for the first time. Michael's been hyping it up to me. He's already diamond in Splitgate. He's a fucking monster. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, I gotta try it out. So I'm trying to set up a group with June, Danny, Peter to give it a shot tomorrow. Yeah, no, Michael's actually crazy at Splitgate. Additionally, I'm setting up like I do have a VTube collab next week with Lily. Kind of VTube collab. It's like half and half. I feel like I'll just kind of go into it. But yeah, I guess that's kind of... I wanted to be a little less lazy when it came to being proactive with my stream content. So hopefully I'll be able to... you'll be able to see a couple more interesting things. Today's my birthday. I was wondering if I can get a happy birthday. Can I keep the clip? Yeah, maybe. Usually that request is like kind of weird. I hope you have a good birthday, man. How are you feeling these days? I think similar to a lot of people, I think right now people are kind of feeling maybe not burnt out, but pretty like, I would say since most people would just want to play games with friends, and I think the games with friends part is there hasn't been very many different games that you can play that kind of make it easy to play with a lot of people. Gee, it's not my birthday. Welcome back for 7 months. How my sleep schedule? It's good. It's real good. No, it's not just Among Us. It's just like, if you look at, okay, like let's say I Google, like best competitive or co-op games 2021, okay? And then I go down the list of best co-op games. I see stuff like It Takes Two, which is 2-player only, Outriders, 3 players, like this, like Back 4 Blood, which isn't really fully out yet. Halo Infinite, which is that even out yet? I don't even know. Valheim, I think Valheim, Tribes of Midgard kind of played the same role. Monster Hunter Rise, which not many people... I feel like a lot of these games are games which are not very easy to get into for just general people who want to get into a game and get out. Conan Exiles on Saturday, I'm kind of down. LD Friendship playing Tribes of Midgard, yeah, I mean, they got sponsored for that, so... But also, like, that game itself is pretty fun. I think once you get to the point where you beat the big boss, you kind of wait till the next saga rolls around. It's kind of what I've seen when I watch streams of it. But and also it feels like there's a couple of scale it's a game where I think some of the stuff there's just like the durability things and the weapon swapping things I feel like don't feel as smooth, or like the control scheme doesn't feel as smooth as I'd like. I'm not sure what's missing when I play it. It has like all the things that I want in like a great game, but it's and like I don't exactly. I like that you can mine everything with the 1E, but it feels like there's something weird about the combination of the tools that they use. Why is Conan Exiles keep getting moved? I have no idea. I'm in Conan for a month now. It's been moved 25 times since July 22nd. Fair. I think that's fair. Maybe I won't load up on Collapse. I think I don't want to do anything too crazy. I'll start it off easy. Like, generally speaking, I'd like to do like 3 or 4 group streams that I set up a month. Whether it's with like probably half VTubers, half nots, and we'll see how it goes from there. Do you appreciate being featured sleeping on Mion's couch in Mion's Hot Pot stream? Yeah, that was nice. Watch a Star Wars Vision trailer on Steam stream, bro. That trailer is insane. I will watch that first day. See the trailer for Aragami 2? No. Have seen HoloLive Gen 2 reveals? I saw their design outfit, and I think the art is really nice. I don't necessarily know if I like all of their designs, but I think the art is really, really nice. I think I prefer the Holo ID. Okay, I realize, because I'm saying this, it sounds like I watch a lot of VTubers, but I don't really watch that much VTubers. It's just that since I follow a lot of them on Twitter, I get retweeted everything. No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I don't really watch many VTubers. I don't watch any corporate ones. Not usually because the corporate ones are on YouTube, and I don't really watch much YouTube. But like the VTubers I end up watching are like usually just Ueko, like the Auto Live streamers, and then like maybe a little bit of some other ones, and that's it. Like it definitely isn't as much as I watch. Like I watch a shitload of TFT streams, even though I don't play TFT much anymore. Is there a particular reason? Yeah, I have to shoot at 4, so I have to shoot an hour and 15 minutes. Pedroman Haas Rosen, thanks for the sub over this stream. There's so many VTubers, not saying not many can be good, not true. I think I only watch like 1 or 2 consistently for more than like 20 minutes. I really don't spend that much time, but I think I follow a lot of them on Twitter. I might just have to turn off retweets so I can read my timeline, because I don't think I can read my timeline right now. It literally looks like I'm the biggest VTube follower, but I swear it's not the case. I'm not that invested. Rassam, welcome back for 15 months. All the TFT streamers are the same, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of Soju clones, as Toast calls them. There's Soju, and then like he did Kagebushin no Jutsu, and he summoned 9 different clones. Love my VTuber wow so much, thanks. I'm okay. In terms of stuff I want to do, I'm looking for like a revamp on a lot of my graphics for my stream, as well as my emotes. I'm probably I think for emotes especially, I don't like having. Okay, it's really hard to do detailed emotes, right? Because in chat, if you type like, I don't know, fucking anything, right? It's not very clear or defined. So like, your artist could put a lot of detailing into the emotes, but realistically, like, it's really hard to do it, right? And so a lot of times when people do emotes based on like a guy with black hair that's Asian, it's like impossible to tell the difference. Like, or like it's just so generic that like it turns me off. When I look at it, I'm like, man, that's not good. So like I think I'm gonna try to move a lot of my emotes over to my VTuber model just for uniqueness purposes. And I appreciate having an avatar when it comes to that. I think it's kind of hard when it comes to, oh, that relax emote is kind of sick. I kind of like that. Hey baby, what's up, Giga? Half of anime looking emotes are good garbage. I think that's true for half of all emotes, right? And I think a lot of mine are like too homogenous or not well defined. And I just don't like them because I think that's the case. I think I would appreciate them more as my model because it feels more personally invested in it. It just, yeah, I think it's just easier. It's like after looking at like a lot of people's like emotes for random Asian guy or a random guy with black hair, I'm like, okay, I can't be random guy with black hair number 76 kind of deal. The fellow guy, welcome back for 6 months. Yeah, my not such good color scheme for emotes, really high contrast. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Hardly the hair curl. You can't even see the hair curl like in an emote form. It's too small. Some of the watering emotes are actually so good. I probably want to go look at them a little bit. How am I doing? I'm chilling. I'm literally just talking to you guys for an hour. I have no plans outside of that. I don't know how, but like, okay, just to let you guys know, I didn't stream 2 days ago because my internet went to shit. I figured it out. If my residential line was fucking up, switched over to business line through a lot of pain. Yesterday I did a collab with VTuber collab with Vebe and Haruka. And that was great. But then somehow okay, let me go back to the day before. So I wasn't streaming. So what did I do when I wasn't streaming? I kind of laid in my bed and took a nap and kind of drooled on my pillow for like the most of the afternoon. And I woke up, played some games, and then I organized my files. That's all I did that day. And unfortunately, while organizing my files and deleting like half the stuff on my PC and Google Drive, I deleted my intro screen. So I had to remake it. I don't exactly know where I put it. So I don't have the intro graphic anymore. And that's gonna be my thing. Yeah, I don't know. Usually I have it all. I have everything organized now. Like it actually feels great. I'm like, okay, all of my assets are here, all like filed correctly under folders. I just don't know how I lost my thing. So, whoops. If you have Scarra added to sub emotes, it's under someone else, right? Okay. Oh man, there are animated emotes now, which are really interesting. I saw Vebe's animated emotes. I liked her Notter's one. The other ones where I was like, kind of like, not sure. I think it's okay. I have this really weird thing about emotes where I am always second guessing emotes because I don't know if emotes should be. I don't know if I like emotes that are generic, that like are the streamer's version of like BTT emotes, because in my opinion, I feel like it's only ever gonna be used in the streamers chat a lot of times, and not so much anywhere else. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of people do that because I know, but there's an upside to it. I feel like it does build a little bit of community, which I think is something that I generally don't take much in terms of value. The stretch won't welcome back for 84 months. Keeps me how this year's going so far with OTV. I think the last 12 months are the best version of OTV thus far. If you think that, I would like to know your thoughts 12 months from now. Isn't that true with 98% of the streamer emotes? I mean, I think that's really interesting. Maybe for some and maybe not. There isn't a technical rule when it comes to stuff like that, right? I actually think the most iconic emotes from certain streamers are things where are maybe copies of others. Like some of them are and some of them aren't. And it's really interesting the ones that are and aren't. For instance, like XQCL is like technically a copied emote, but like that's the one I see the most outside of his stream, right? Alternatively, I see like S-Fan has like I see a lot of his animated dance, and I think that's like one of his best emotes that gets spammed outside of the stream as well. Did Aegon build the brand on his emote? Yeah, that's different. Like Aegon's actually really interesting. Aegon is the most interesting case study for emotes I've ever seen. Similar to, yeah, Rat IRL is really interesting because like he spends a lot of time, from what I heard, like just making new emotes, random emotes. Yeah, banned from Peter's chat, so here I am. I don't know why people say that. Bro, there's a high chance you're getting banned in my stream if you get banned in any of my friends' stream. They don't ban people for no reason. VTuber headpad emote? I have one. But I put it on BTTV because I wanted it to be like an option for, especially when I did my VTuber debut, to be an option for all my viewers as opposed to just my subs. This was done a long time ago. But honestly, like I'm kind of interested. I remember looking to a lot of emote artists to try to do different styles for emotes, and a lot of times the different styles are just hard to see because it's so unclear, given that it's so hard to see the difference sometimes, and you're just like, fuck. Because it looks great, like, blown up, and then you look at it, you're like, damn. Are you thinking about doing emotes like Baru? I think I just want to have emotes that I like. I think I've been really wishy-washy on my emotes for like 4 years now. The only emotes the emotes that I like the most are actually the emotes that are like the most iconic. Like Scarra Kill is a great emote. That's my favorite one. But it's also one where I'm not like, that's also one where like I can't commission an artist for. I like to have like half and half. Make a V-tier onesie merch. It'll probably happen pretty slowly. Soda Poppins emotes the most. So using the board that I built, yep. Right there. Probably took $3 off it by hitting it right there. Any big announcements for news for OTV coming soon? I've been saying we were gonna have announcements for 4 months now. I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and say maybe. Just wait. If we don't, then we don't. Like literally, like I don't want to say shit. That's why part of the reason I don't like saying shit, because like I understand why there's like formal announcements from companies by being like and giving specific dates. Like it's just soon. I like the Valve method where they don't say anything. Half-Life 3, we're working on it, kind of, maybe. Truly one among all, welcome back for 51 months. Thanks for your subbing. The stretch one, welcome back for, geez, 84 months. HXS414, welcome back for 7. But you build engagement? Sure. But it's not about me building engagement, I don't think. I'd rather not bait people. It's like funny the first time, but I remember when like especially StarCraft esports used to have this thing where they did an announcement for an announcement of an announcement or some shit like that. And it got memed to hell. Cause it's like ideally what happens is you just make like one small teaser and you release it. I think that's like the best thing. Unless it's like actually something that's like you have like something cool for, like 1 or 2 things. Doing like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 is like, okay, man, like we get it. Cyberpunk is gonna be great. I'm sure that when it releases, it's gonna be the next revolutionary game. Because it's like you hear, and then like what happens, you know? Any releases you're particularly excited for in terms of games? I am looking forward to Lost Ark a lot. Actually, like Bebe yesterday was saying she was spamming it off stream, and she said it was great, and I can't wait. Like that game is gonna be super fun. Do you see a Star Wars anime trailer? I saw a little bit of it. Codename Exiles? Oh yeah, probably. Actually, let me go put something. Let me go put something in. So plus oh, let me go message Danny. Yeah, you thought I clip giving like a madness killing Saidi. I thought I had to follow you. Hope you enjoy my stuff, man. What I've been reading lately, not much, nothing good. How is playing with VTubers community so nice? I think I like it because it's really nice. It feels like it's really interesting because I try not to overstep a lot in that community, so I usually don't like. I usually don't like do too much hype about it, and I wait for anyone I'm collabing with to do like graphics, and then like I'll retweet the announcement. I definitely feel like rather than being the person on camera, I tend to like being the foil when it comes to that community. I think it's enjoyable that way. Kiss Hoodie, thanks for the sub. Welcome to this stream. But that's not usually how I do my streams when it comes to everything else. What do you think about Toast playing a lot of TFT lately? Are you gonna play with him at some point? I was thinking about getting back to Masters later in the season. Do you feel any difference between using a VTuber model between not? Ever since VTube Studio added, God bless that app and Denchi, who maintains that. That app is actually like incredible. It's very comfortable. The only thing I've noticed is like I don't use my buttons on my VTuber, it's because I broke my Stream Deck. So my Stream Deck is just okay. It's not. It's kind of broken. Have you played Half-Life on stream? Nah, I'm not interested. Filling applications with Scarra's harem of VTubers. I actually feel bad that I've been collabing mostly with female VTubers. I want to try to set up something at least with my friend Shodo and see what I can do with other stuff. Because it's nice to be able to spread my wings a little. Ton of great male VTubers around, yeah. But I don't watch any of them. I think cause I watch like female VTubers majority of the times, and because they're also the ones that are typically the more popular ones, it's like a cycle, it's like a vicious cycle, you know? I very much never see in my Discover, like my Twitch Discover recommendations, a male VTuber, which is like I have to actively go out and look for that, and I'm lazy as fuck. Can't wait for Lily's collab tomorrow. Oh yeah, she's collabing with Hachi. Do you think female VTubers are just always going to be more popular? I think in general, yes, for a lot of weird reasons, but like there's definitely popular male VTubers for sure. If I recall, wasn't like the number, there was one thing that's like number 6 of all super chat. I think it's also, oh god, I see the memes about male VTubers and they're so funny. Where like they complain about about like not getting a lot of audience due to their gender, and I'm like, that's just called being a streamer, dude. That's not like a male VTuber exclusive. Like that's just like there's a hustle, you know, like this is like that's kind of normal, man. Like yeah, I think if anything, like male VTubers have an edge, and VTubers in general have an edge over others, because when I look toward, I can go open up my Twitch right now, okay? Oh, actually I can't, because all my Discover right now is VTubers, okay? So it actually like isn't helpful. But I can't tell at a glance, like from the thumbnail, if like I would like a person's stream. I have to instead go into their stream and be like, okay, do I like this person? Like, how is he? Like, it's hard to really tell unless you're spending some time. And I'm kind of lazy, so I don't want to spend the time, you know, stuff like that. But like, I think when it comes to VTubers, I look and I'm like, oh, I like their design. I think their design's sick, you know? I definitely someone who tends to appreciate like art quite a bit. And so I'm like, okay, like I think this design's sick. I think this design's sick. Like, I'm gonna go check them out. And it's a lot easier for me to get that kind of initial grab. And I think in general, like that's a big like plus. Having that kind of avatar gives you like at least a chance of initially grabbing the attention. Watch male VTubers way more than female VTubers. I can see that. Would there be street food reaction stream? I'll probably not. Probably not. Found a male VTuber with deep voice? Yeah. They're definitely out there. The Holo English Gen 2? I think the designs are they're the Fate artists, right? Like all the Fate artists did their designs. They're very Fate-esque. And like that's cool, but for some reason I'm not really attached to the designs. Not that much. I like the first generation designs personally more. How are you finding FF14? I think right now I think it's really fun, but I'm getting to the point where like, oh, it's kind of lame to play the game without friends. Like, if like Jummy's waiting for me to catch up, Danny's the only other person at my level, and no one else is really gonna play, which is kind of like what I expected. So it's like, okay, like the really fun content is like group oriented, and of course I can clear it with people, right? Like I can clear it with like with chat or people like in the game, but it doesn't hit the same. So like I'm kind of at the point where it's like I just don't have enough friends playing the game, and it's kind of sad. Any projects I'm working on? Yeah, sure. I can't talk about any of them. That's the great part about projects. Would I like a VTuber model? I have a VTuber model. You mean a free one? Tis Hoodie, thanks for the sub. Look at this stream. Oh, okay. Let me. I'm gonna make the group for tomorrow's thing right now. Group. How do you Scarra's Discover page as a VTuber? I think the easiest way, no joke, I have a really hard time really late at night looking for people to raid. Like, a lot of times I'm just like, it's like past midnight, and I'm just like, so I don't want to raid Daft for the 718th time. So who else is streaming? Like sometimes I like to just host smaller streamers, and usually it's like, oh, if I see that I've seen their model, or before I like look around to see if anyone's available. But like honestly, most people don't stream at the graveyard shift, except for Daft, who's a freak. Yeah, million raids are in the last hour. Yeah, that's how it works, man. Like, I actually think, especially if you're a part of any groups, like if you're at like the tail end of the day, it's like you get the trickle down effect. Probably wake up early and stream instead of staying up too late. I mean, like that's all your prerogative, really. Hold up. I need to make this fucking group. Yeah, I've been streaming really late recently. I mean, for like half a week maybe, but a lot of times I do stream pretty late. Do you pre-plan stream time slots? Hell no. That's a good... If you watch me for longer than a week, you would not ask that question. Because it's like, does this guy pre-plan anything? Nah, not really. I only pre-plan stuff when it affects other people. When it comes to me, I'm pretty lazy about my own stuff, but if it's like a collab with someone else, I'll be like, okay, it's 6 days from now. I'll make sure we'll make sure there's like a reminder. I'll make sure like everything's set up. Like I'll be like, I try to be there on time. And then for my stream, I'm like, I'm 4 hours late. Would 5 really hurt? And then Shigemara, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the stream. Like that's how I feel. Yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, yesterday was actually like no joke. Like I was the one who was like, okay, like, oh, they're both. I didn't know they both weren't streaming. I'm like, okay, cool. I gotta make sure it's all good. It's like I made sure to wake up, like set up the stream, make sure everything's okay. And last minute, like the day before, my internet just sucks. So I'm like, oh, it'll fix itself the next day. It didn't. So I had to do some last minute stuff. That was my bad. I really would have been better prepared. I remember Lily said she starts scheduling her streams in advance after a Twitch contract. You know, I've been thinking about scheduling, doing like a schedule on stream, or sorry, on Twitter, but only for collabs. So like people would know when to tune in on specific days for like people, and for everything else it'd be like. But the thing is, that's only important if I collab more than once a week. At the moment, it's like once or twice, and a lot of the collabs are like last minute. Someone's like, "Hey, you want to play?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll play. Whatever, I don't care." So instead, I probably just tweet about like it once. YouTuber perps can stream right as soon as you wake up because people can't see your face. I think if it was 20 years ago or 10 years ago, I'm thinking if I would have preferred if like started as a VTuber. I think Lily said she would have. And for me, I'm like 50-50 about the matter. I think it's probably because I'm more comfortable in my skin now. But like definitely 10 years ago, I probably would have preferred starting as a VTuber. How have you been holding up besides streaming? Pretty badly. Well, yeah, a little badly. I think sometimes you just have your own demons. And I don't really want to talk about them on stream, but sometimes it's like you just have shit to deal with, you know. And you like try to work it out, doesn't work out, and it's just there for a bit. How come you guys stopped uploading on the OTV podcast channel? Honestly, the podcasts were getting boring, and no one was excited for them, so we just stopped. All things pass. Yeah, but it's also something where it's like, it's really hard. It's really rough as a streamer sometimes because, oh, maybe not even as a streamer. I've been so glued in and wired into the PC. I feel like I have some people in my friend group who don't go on their PC for a day a week, or like stay away. Like they take breaks, and like for me, like I'm taking a break, but I'm still on my PC, or I'm still thinking about what I could do for my stream, or thinking about stuff that's related to my stream. So it's hard for me to disconnect because I feel like I am very. I remember when I worked with Mark Zimmerman, who's currently on the LCS desk. He was always like, "You motherfucker, you only talk about business." I'm like, oh shit, you're right, I'm sorry. But it's just something that like I'm like really passionate about, so I end up talking about it a lot. And it ends up like taking over, I think, in like too many ways, too many aspects. I think a person should be well-rounded, and I am definitely not well-rounded. You know, everything from my personal health to like my relationships takes a hit if I focus too much on my business. And the worst part is thinking about your business, but not doing, like, if you spend so much time thinking about it and you're not doing any of the things that you think you should. So it's just like, I'm wasting my fucking time. I honestly, sometimes I think about it, I'm like, damn, I'm just really stupid. Isn't Lily's collab today 4 hours from now? We'll be done by then. It's a very, very short shoot. He's super successful, deserves time off. I think time off is a really scary facet. Like the thing about being in the like, I guess, being in a profession that is numbers based and is very variable to change, taking breaks can actually be very detrimental to your progress. There are some streamers that I've seen that take like a month break and they come back and they're dead. Or like not dead, but like it's really bad for them, you know. And I think that like because you tend to look at numbers too much and tend to compare to, I think above all the professions I could think of, like I can't imagine if you're an engineer, you compare yourself to every engineer out there, like not even in terms of like pay, like how much you get paid, but how much like your efficiency is, like how much your output is. That can't be a normal thing, right? But I think that like when it comes to streaming, like you always compare. You look around like, hey, what are they doing? Oh, that's cool. What are they doing? Oh, that's cool. Should I be doing that? Oh, maybe I should be doing that. Shit, how do I do that? You know, it's like you just kind of you like. And while it is true that I think if I look back at my career, almost every point of my career I've been successful. You know, and I look at like the income I made, and I'm like, okay, I'm not a millionaire, but like it's pretty good. Like I'm really happy. I look at my living situation, fucking great. I look at my current situation, really fucking good. You know, like it's all good. Like I should be happy, or I should be like happier. But I don't think too much about. I can't really like think about my accomplishments. It's always like, man, like I think my numbers are falling off recently, and what do I do to change that? Or how do I really don't like how I've done like this in the past, and I think I need to figure out how to do this better in the future. And so it's good and bad things sometimes. How long is super short? I'm out in 40 minutes. Yeah, I think as a streamer especially, it's hard not to compare yourself. Regardless of size. Like, I think anyone who has over like 500 viewers is considered to be like a big streamer. Like, objectively, that's a big streamer. But when I compare, like, if I look at the group of friends I surround myself with, like, big would be, like, a normal size streamer for my outlook is like someone who has like 2 to 3K viewers. And so it's like, yeah, comparison really is the thief of joy a lot of times. You gotta be careful about it. Seems like you Toast have a lot of similar thoughts. I mean, like, yeah, we talk a lot, right? And I think that like each of us have our own ways of thinking about things. I kind of wish I wasn't. There's certain flaws that I think are tough to break out of for me. And it's like always going to be a slow process. But I also don't want to think about that because I think that's an excuse for why it's slow. Maybe I need to have a life threatening injury or like a life-changing event. Like I need, like, have you guys ever seen Velocipaster? I need to see like a dinosaur in real life, or like I need something to descend from the heavens and be like, you there, you got to change your shit up. I'm like, oh fuck, he's right. You know, I heard it's easier if you have like a life-changing experience to like kind of change, and I wonder if I can will it into existence, you know? Maybe the cracks in the ground open up and like, I don't know, a devil comes out, sells me something. Like, I got something to do. Having hobbies is healthy. I feel like sometimes streaming is my life and my hobby is existing. which is not. And the worst part about it, I don't think that's a terribly unhealthy way to look at it. For some aspects, but that is not good for a lot of other ones, I will admit. How's my week been? I've been chilling. I'm really kind of worried about the shoot today because everyone tells me not to eat anything, and I'm like, okay, but what does that mean? Sometimes I don't get details for what we're doing, so we just show up and Broden's like, hey, guys, you won't believe what we're doing. You're gonna be disgusted. I'm like, yeah. Tried shrooms before, I haven't, but I think, yeah, I'm definitely not like super against, like hard against like drugs or whatever. It's just I find that I don't want to be dependent on them. I like the idea that I could change myself. And if I can't get there myself, it wasn't meant to be. Like if I don't have the ability, the mental willpower or the willpower to enact change, then I don't deserve it. Kind of. Help me think there aren't any daycare streamers. I've seen kitten streamers for Dr. Chandler. How do people use YouTube? Sometimes you think they're marketing for storybook streams, puppet theater, make your own adventure. I think it's a lot harder to do. You want serialized content on stream, which generally like prefers longer oriented content because it takes a while for people to come in, and that's why like VODs are easier to watch shit like that. Like you look at a VOD, you're like, oh, this is 8 minutes of someone telling me the story about the gingerbread man or something. Cool. But like if you look at a stream VOD, it's like, oh, this is 8 hours where he talks about a lot of different stories. Where do I start? Where do I stop? How do I navigate the Twitch VOD system? Oh wait, it's shit. Wait, I'm technically getting paid by Twitch. It could be better. I feel like when I talk about my hobbies and progress, I just feel less motivated. Yes. I think when you tell people you're going to do something, it takes twice as much effort to go through with it. Because by telling people, you've kind of lifted part of the like, I guess, burden or part of the motivation for you. Like that you like released a little bit of pressure, I think. Not necessarily given away the motivation, but released a little bit of pressure that would have caused you to do it. And so it takes more effort to do it after you tell people. I think for me, that's been true a lot about, I guess, personal health. So I don't really talk about it much. What I'm doing for personal health is something that, like, I prefer to keep quiet until, like, I have, like, something at the tail end. We tell people you get a similar dopamine hit to actually doing it. Telling people about plans, goals, and bad. Interesting. I've heard that about that before, but I think maybe not necessarily for me. It's like that. It's more just like I relieve some of the pressure off myself for wanting to do it, in whatever way, shape, or form. You tell people you're consistent on it. Sometimes it's a motivator, but for me, I find that it's more of a detractor. I can't do it. I'm gone in 30 minutes, guys. Feel free to just ask anything. because I'll be dipping. I seem stressed. I like being stressed. Is that weird? I think if I'm living a life without any stress, it's boring. Like, what the fuck? It's so boring. I like being stressed. But, obviously, there's an amount, right? I think, I'm at a high amount of stress right now. I don't necessarily hate it, but I recognize that there's a lot of different things that I want to do, and it's going to be hard doing all of them. And so I also feel like I've been looking to getting into like more people to help me out on the manager side, but between trusting people too much, trusting people too little, and like having them do too much things that maybe I should do myself, it's like a process each person has to figure out, you know? And that's a stressful process as well. Are you discipline yourself to do necessary things you don't want to do? For me, I don't have necessary things I don't want to do. Like, I should say, I eventually hate myself enough to do them, usually. So for me, whatever happens in the day, I have like, if it's a really shitty day, I can just take a break. I have a luxurious lifestyle in the sense that I can choose my schedule on whim. But usually what happens is I have disciplined myself to always stream. So assuming that I don't feel like complete shit, like I'm actually sick, I can always stream a couple hours a day. I think for me the bare minimum is like 4 hours a day. Alright, I'm good. It's not really much stress on me. I like doing it. And then afterwards, anything after that is like, alright, I don't give a shit if I'm in that bed for like 6 hours afterwards. It just happens, right? I put the bare minimum at like 4 hours of streaming a day. And I can always follow through with that. I've trained myself to be able to do that. But that's just something like each person has to train themselves to do. Like, I think you train yourself up to whatever base minimum you want. For me, the base minimum is a couple hours of streaming. This is my first stream watching kind of new to OTV thing. I don't know the lore, but once I don't worry about it, man. The lore is not necessary. If you like the streamer, you can always say hi to their channel. It's not a big deal. For actually see that 16 hours a day, yeah, he's nuts. Like I don't know how he does it. I think I've streamed every single day before, and he streamed like 30% more hours than me, and it was brutal for me to do that. Like, that guy is just built different. It's like me watching It's Timmy go from bronze to Apex Predator in one stream. 54-hour stream, I could never. And people are like, oh, he's taking like Adderall or something, maybe. I'm like, even if he's taking that, I could not do that, dude. He is just like crazy. Even like 30 hours in the stream, he's still like making jokes and shit. I'm just like, oh my god, this guy's a monster. How do you overcome stuttering while streaming? I'm very self-conscious. I used to stutter a lot. I stuttered all the time. I was terrified of public speaking. You know what I did? My parents signed me up for a debate class in high school. And I had to publicly debate people and have judges judge my speaking. And it was atrocious. I like bombed out of so many fucking events. Oh, and the worst part is, by doing debate, my teacher, my debate president forced me to do not just like the Lincoln Douglas debate, which is like the one-on-one debate. She also forced me to do like other formats to get me more, to like build myself up and my confidence. And I hated her for it. Fucking despised that. And she was great. She knew me better than I knew myself. So now I'm at the point where like I can speak. When you look at me, you're like, oh, this guy is comfortable on camera. He speaks a lot. And that's because I've done like over 100 interviews in my life. I have been streaming for 10 plus years. But I remember when I used to stutter all the time. And it's just something where it's like, I can't say anything outside from it'll get better. But if you put yourself in situations where, like, I like to put it as like you don't want to throw yourself in the deep end unless you're like, if I was your dad, I'd probably do that. Like sometimes it's easier to just throw someone in the deep end and be like, struggle, bitch, because like it'll work eventually. But I find that when it comes to self-improvement, you put yourself in slightly uncomfortable positions and you work from there. Like when you don't it's like exposure. You expose yourself a little bit. Like, okay, if you're using streaming to overcome this, first of all, the easiest way to overcome, like, I would say, public speaking fears is to prepare your speech. If you write it down and you practice like looking at it, and then eventually you can practice not looking at it as much. Okay, this is gonna sound stupid. Maybe if you're streaming, come prepared with a joke. Sometime during your stream, you're gonna say that joke and people are gonna fucking laugh. I shit you not. Assuming you have viewers, okay? If you don't have viewers, maybe you just judge the delivery of the joke and you're like, I nailed it. Or you're like, fuck, that was kind of bad, but goddamn was that cringe, you know? Like, for me, I will literally think about jokes in the shower sometimes and be like, fuck, I could have said that. I could say this on stream, and sometimes I do. And people are like, wow, dude, you're so funny. I'm like, yeah, fucking funny, man. Yeah, fuck yeah. But, it's just like, you want to just... I think preparation makes it less stressful. The Hoodie Gamer, thanks for the sub. Welcome to the stream. You think of this in the shower? I think of everything. Like, in the shower is like my safe space. I'm in the shower, and like my showers are long because like I'm listening to music and I'm just fucking thinking like, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah. I just watch video, yeah, dude. Oh fuck, dude. That video was so good I saw yesterday. Can I do something like that? You know? Like I swear I'm wasting a shitload of water, but you know what? I pay for that. Fuck off. Like, I can spend that water however much I want. I like baths. I think they're nice, but I usually don't do it. I don't have a bath right now. I think baths are nice if you have... the nicer your bath is. I don't have one right now, so no. You ever fight with yourself? No. Like punch myself in the face? No. Sometimes, like, you know, when you're like in the shower and you like box the water droplets. I'm not fucking crazy. I'm sure you guys have done that before. Don't even fucking lie to me. Where you're just like, it just happens, you know. Or like, yeah, you try to water bend, stuff like that. It's just like stupid shit you do in the shower. Oh, do you members recommend a theme? I mean, we can always recommend anything. And we have recommended shoots that people have done in the past. Sometimes they come out different than recommendations. Because I remember Lily being like, oh, we should do a drawing stream. And Broden being like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And then we come out with a video where it's like, we're describing it and like the drawing is completely awful. And Lily was like, this isn't what I meant. And Broden was like, well, that's too bad. That was funny, actually. What do you do once you retire? I think the idea of retiring is boring. Like, for instance, let's say I could retire right now. You only get $1 million to retire. Maybe you do it in LA. But like, if I could technically retire right now, move to some bumfuck nowhere in Texas, or like another country which costs like almost no money. But I would be bored out of my mind. Like, I enjoy what I do, and I like being in the space. And I think that, like, I would just like to work on projects or be a part of projects that are very cool. Did you ever collab with indie VTubers? When I started, I did. So, collabing with, and honestly, I still do. I don't necessarily always, I don't think I ever go corporate outside of FINA. I guess you can call VShojo corporate. But, I think when it comes to indie VTubers, Right now, just for the sake of my stream, I would like them to have a like at least 100 viewers, so that I can like not only has their audience kind of tested it for me, it's also something where like it's just like a minimum for me. I think there are exceptions to that, and the exceptions that I make are the people who I originally streamed with when I first came in for VTubing. A lot of my initial friends that I VTube with, like Maya, like I was fucking like if she ever asked me, I'll stream anything with her. I don't care. What's a corporate VTuber? Stuff like Hololive, Niji Sanji, like the corporate VTubers are like you have a company back you up and there's already like brand hype. It's like if OTV like got a new member. Like you wouldn't know what they did, but because we did get a new member, you'd be like someone interested. I hope you'd be interested, right? You'd be like, oh shit, I never heard about Billy Bob 27, but fuck, OTV, new OTV member, maybe I'll check him out, you know? That's kind of how it works for corporate. The Vienna count as corporate? Nah, I wouldn't say so. Like, I don't really think of her as C9's VTuber. It gives a corporate backing financially legally legitimizes the VTuber. Yeah, I think also like people like the idea of being like there's a quality expectation if they're corporate backing, at least to some extent, model wise or like schedule wise or like like everything wise, right? Like Hololive won't have a generation which doesn't get support. Nichi Sanji, which is another one, actually probably gives a lot less support, but their trade off is that they pump a lot more generations out. Like a lot more generations out. I think they have like over 100 people and they're like on their second generation and they're auditioning for their fourth generation. Fuck, they're crazy actually. They're fucking insane. People got really triggered and yet I got into LCS broadcast. It was hilarious. I'm gonna be honest about that. I like Vienna, so like I'm already biased for her, so I'm gonna try to be objective. I don't think that was a great. I think the reason why people were triggered wasn't because she was a VTuber. It's that I think it's a matter of they didn't ease in the idea of like her presence onto the broadcast, especially because it was I think a playoffs broadcast. People were like, "What the fuck is this?" And I can kind of understand that, right? I think it'd be hilarious if it was like if she was in there, people got fucking mad, which they did. But I see why people got a little bit mad. I think the LCS strategy for using her was bad, if I want to be honest, and I feel bad about to Vienna about that. So on the description of OTV, you want some so that I can help subtitling in Portuguese. So I saw that you DM'd me recently about this exact issue, and I feel like it's like a. Let me talk to you about this, because you seem like a person who I don't know wants work, something like that. You shouldn't like. I have a business email, and on top of that, you shouldn't be DMing me. On top of that, OTV has a business email. I like to consider it an IQ test. So if you can't reach me by that email first, or reach me by that first, I don't even bother. Some other Portuguese person will be like, I just feel like it's like maybe it's not a there's a proper way to do things, but like I don't know. I really do feel like if there's like the bare minimum when it comes to stuff like that. She's probably with Maya World Map for 16 months. Do you feel like the golden era of VTuber is going on? It's going to end soon. It's getting too saturated. Do you feel like that's the case? If anything, I feel like with the popularity of streaming in general and YouTubing during COVID, it's only going to get more popular. And I think everyone recognizes that they want to soak in it a lot. I think it's getting like, if you think it's getting too saturated, I think like I agree that it's getting like there's a shitload of VTubers now, but I think that like also the opportunity, there's a shitload because there's a lot of opportunity right now. It's gonna be popping for like the next whatever half decade. I just think there's a lot of appeal, and people just love anime. The idea of having models is really nice. I think for anyone. Oh, did I gift to the wrong person? Oh no, I did. There you go. Holy moly. Any upcoming games aside from Lost Ark? No. Have you seen the Twitter post of male VTubers complaining about not getting views? Oh god, the fucking one making fun of them was so funny. Where it was like, yeah, what do you do for content? Well, I stream Valorant, and I'm just like, oh god, it's so true. It's like they stream themselves playing League of Legends and they don't really interact, and it's like, huh. I was listening to Trash Taster, like VTubing is falling off already. I think maybe their interest is, but I think the general population's interest is increasing. I think they're really hardcore, and I can maybe see that, and maybe there's an argument for saying that like, honestly, I feel like VTubing is inherently going to be very gatekeepy because its appeal, I think, is to a demographic that was mainly online demographic at the very beginning, and so it's like a really weird thing to talk about, and I'm not experienced enough at it or researched enough to really say too much. I think from my perspective, VTubing is fine, honestly. I think it's fine. I don't think it's going anywhere. Xzayu, thanks for sub over this stream. Can't wait to go back to parties. Have to explain what a normal person, what a VTuber is. That's really optimistic. You think there's going to be more parties? You know, we were thinking about throwing a party at the OTV house recently, and then like Delta came out. And we're like, you know what? Who needs parties? Maybe like a virtual party. You just fucking, hey, drinks on me, man. VTubing, especially high corporate ones, fall prey to stand idol culture. I don't think it's falling prey. I think it's taking advantage of. Established VTubers have a formula where a stream is 2 hours but very heavy interactive. Yeah, I think that's better. I think that like streams like, well, not better. It's different, right? I think my streams have always been like very gaming focused, and so have a lot of other people like Shroud, Timmy. I think like Twitch was a platform where people came to game. How it is now, it feels like maybe not as much, but there's still a lot of gamers, right? And they're not presenting. It feels like a show almost. Like a highly interactive show. It's like just them gaming over a long period of time. Because that's how the first generation started, I think. People just played. Variant Lambda now? Yeah. Dude, I always joke there's going to be a Variant Ligma. And I laughed myself and no one else laughed. I don't understand why. Because I already gonna play on Lost Ark. I have not even read the classes. I just don't want to play. I'll decide when it gets closer. I can't wait to play Final Fantasy or no, Lost Ark. Sorry, I read the word up to you. Yeah, I think it's gonna be really fun. I think it's the only MMO that looks like it has a lot of traction and everyone's going to start at the same time in the West. And that's really appealing. I think when you first play a game and the game gets really popular, being like the first people to play, that's the best fucking time, dude. It's like when you're playing like League for the first time and Valorant for the first time. Everyone's fucking playing, like, and you're just fucking telling your friends, oh, yo, I did this sick fucking play. Yo, you see this thing? Oh my god. I can't believe this Sova lineup actually exists. Holy fuck. You know? And then like a couple weeks down the, or like a couple months down the line, you're like, you see that the Sova lineup? Yeah, dude, they were done so many times. Hiko did this 3K, man, I saw when he got 4. You know, it's not as hype, I feel like, later, but like at the very beginning, you're like, oh, hell yeah. Do you enjoy JRPGs, upcoming JRPGs like Tales of Arise? I will probably never play another JRPG again. I don't think I have the attention span anymore. Yeah, I feel like, do you know, like, Pokemon Unite? The first week of Pokemon Unite was so fucking funny. Watching streams of that, people learning what to do, was sick. The second week, I'm like seeing fucking sweaty ass 5 stacks, top 50 Venusaur in North America, rank 1 Averse, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, I don't really get sweaty and unit, but the pull is too strong. I mean, like, I think it's fun to get better at something, you know? It's just so funny where it's like, that game was a children's game, guys. Like, I'm sure they knew what they were doing, but like, I don't even know if they thought it would get so sweaty so fast. Eva's coming out in Herbs, ranked is popping. Every so often, I open up Hoko stream. I think he's currently ranked 1 in Herbs right now. And I look, I'm like, oh, okay, how's the queue time today? He's playing Final Fantasy in like a windowed mode. He has a queue timer in the bottom right, and it's like 90 minutes or like 100 minutes long. And he's just fucking playing Triple Triad. And I'm like, oh my fucking god. I can't imagine waiting 90 minutes to die in the first 5. But Hoka's fucking nuts. So he like gets first place a lot. So it's like he plays every 90 minutes he plays 15. It's how his stream usually goes. And I'm just like, how do you, like, he's not an herb streamer. He's like a just chatting streamer. And there's a little bit of herbs in the middle. May I go back to streaming League? I only stream League at Stacks. I actually am planning on playing League next week. I'll be playing. I'll have like a somewhat half VTuber collab on next week for League, but I'll never play League like solo queue. Time for any movies? I'm watching Free Guy. But, okay. I can't tell if Free Guy is a box office topper this week because it's a good movie or if it just really uses a lot of influencer power. And Ryan Reynolds. I'm starting to think Shigemara, thanks for gifting a sub. Thank you so much. I have to watch it, but good afternoon. Good afternoon. That was a perfect algorithm of Ryan Reynolds in gaming. Maybe. I think a lot of it might have been the marketing. You ordered a Poke? Nice. Wendy, I realize it's not as good of a deal as I thought because they tax you on the overall total price. So even though you're saving 60% technically, you're getting taxed like more than I expected. Oh, okay. But that you know what? You know what? That's good. That's good. $24 for breakfast and dinner? Yeah. I literally ordered 2 and I'm like, alright, I'm good. Goodbye, guys. I think though the Ryan Reynolds and influencer power, I think the influencer power was more than people thought for Free Guy movie. They got so much free marketing, it's actually crazy. Between like Jack, Septic Guy, and pretty much like a bunch of people, Pokey, who were in the movie. I remember looking at it and I'm being like, and I look at stuff like Bella Porch's new stuff, and I'm like, man, maybe this is smarter than spending marketing dollars. You know, you're just inviting a lot of people who are like influencers to be in your videos. Seems like a better play. It's interesting. I'm like here in the back. You just see me in the corner being like, interesting. You still have to have influencers in movie videos, yeah, but they don't have to do anything. That's the thing. Like cameos, like people with no acting skill can have cameos in like movies, right? Fucking like you could just say like one line and people are like, oh shit, he's in there, you know? I think people are doing that more now, and it's really interesting. It's really interesting because it used to be before people could do that for like other movie actors. Like if you watch a movie and you're like, oh my god, is that John Cena? Like in the background, or like, is that like, I don't know, fucking Naomi Watts over there? Like, you're like, holy fuck, Mel Gibson? But like now it's like, Pokey? How'd she get there? You know? I'll be honest, the John Suicide Squad is really fucking good. I still think it was hilarious when we were watching it where Yvonne just didn't know who John Cena was. And I'm just like, Yvonne, we need to talk. No, there's no spoilers. He's literally a main fucking character. It's not a spoiler. It's not like you're gonna see him and you're gonna be like, that guy, I don't know who that guy is. You're gonna see him and you're gonna be like, it's fucking, that's him, dude. That's him. Avant also didn't know anything about Harrison Ford in Star Wars. Oh, yikes! Very uncultured. See, it doesn't exist in Canada. Yeah, but I feel like he's like such an internet meme too, right? And he's been everywhere. Like in between doing like being famous for doing a lot of like Make-A-Wish, being famous for literally she watched LCS for years. Fucking Lust Boy doing this on every interview, every fucking video. Like, what did she think this was? Like, this was just like Lust Boy being like, hey, what's up, guys? Look how cool my hands are. I'll never watch a wrestling in my life. I live in Europe. Yeah, like he's so popular. I don't know how else to say it. Nightcrawlers, Welcome Back for 4 months. You see the Star Wars anime trailer? It was really cool. Oh shit, I've seen bits of it. I haven't seen the whole thing yet. But I mean, I knew when they first teased it that I would watch it. They fucking have Trigger doing two. They had Trigger doing 2 fucking anime shorts. They had like 2 other things, like 2 or 3 other major studios. Like, of course I'm gonna watch it. It's gonna be sick. Oh, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. Guys, I gotta go. I don't want to be late. I'm sure everyone we're gonna start late, but I don't want to be late. So I can have that moral superiority of sitting on the couch and being like, well, where were you guys? Yeah. Let me go find someone to host real quick. Wow. This is new. Twitch now puts you can now, in your recommended channels, there's a promoted streamer now, always at the very top. That is interesting. Not what I expected. They had that for a while? I've only started seeing it very recently. Smooch for the homie? That ain't happening, dude. Let me... Wow. Usually I have a struggle to host someone because there's no one there, but everyone is online right now. Yo. Yeah, I can host me, yeah. I'm chill. Am I streaming later? Maybe. I don't like to make promises, you know. We'll see. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Say hi to me on for me. Goodbye.